What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry, I've been slacking lately, but I've been concentrating on other things. But I did want to make this video because it's something that has struck me lately. It's always struck me, but it's becoming more clear lately. And it's what I would like to call the Great Divide. And that is to say, the Great Divide of our generation being my age. There, in previous generations, it took 15, 20 years for social standards, social norms, and psychology to change. And that is not the case today. Today, I'm 32. And I was raised from the age of 0 to 12 pretty much without, entertainment as far as internet and so on and so forth. Specifically internet. I think internet and texting has to do a lot with this. So from 0 to 12, I was raised in what you would call the old school generation. Go out and ride your bike and play outdoors without supervision and, skin your face up and, all that kind of stuff. Um, and then when I was about 12 years old, I finally got internet and stuff, and that was when I was able to learn that. But you know, classically in psychology, we know that the ages from 0 to 12 are your primary years. That's when you learn the most about life and how life operates. So, you take somebody that is 6 years younger than me at 26 years old, and they 26, 25, 24, you name it, they're completely and utterly different human beings. Even though we're classified in this same millennial generation, we're completely different. The 24, 25, 26 year old, they've grown up with internet pretty much their entire life. They've grown up with constant, instantaneous, narcissistic entertainment their entire life. They've grown up with that immediate gratification their whole life. They've grown up with the ability to text rather than call. I remember, like shit, even 10 years ago, texting was like a thing. It was possible, but like if you honestly wanted to talk to somebody, you just called them because texting was like surcharged and yada yada yada. It was ridiculous. So boo, boo. All right, boo's being a bitch. Hold on. Come here. Come here. She's actually coming over. You might get to see her tonight. Come on. This is the life of having a cat right here. Just wait. She's not gonna do it. All right. But you have that whole there's a dynamic. All right, whatever. There's a huge gap, and there's nobody that can tell me there's not. Even people my age that grew up in more I don't want to say more or less, but in different styles of households that had like cable TV. I never had cable TV until I was about 12. Yet again, it's a completely different mindset that we hold. And what I see is that the good friends that I do have and the people that I get along with are very similar to me in the fact that they didn't have this instant gratification of everything. We were the type to go out and play in the woods for fun, not get on, the internet for fun, or AOL or AOLIM or whatever the fuck it was back in those days. We had to create our own fun, and this different generation is cut solely completely different generation as a whole. They didn't have to do that. Like when they were 8 years old, they already had internet. They had, by the time they hit puberty, they had instantaneous access to porn. It was all of this stuff just combined, if you see what I'm saying. And I, it's disheartening, um, and weird. It's weird. I've, I don't think throughout the human history we've seen a 4 year generation gap. People say, oh, you're still a millennial, blah, blah, blah. No. I, look, if you grew up listening to cassette tapes and fucking going outside in the woods to play, you are not a millennial. The millennial generation is the fucking shitbags that grew up with instant gratification, instant entertainment, instant anything they wanted. Spoiled as shit. It's entirely different. Um, Now, what makes me think about this is just fuck all, dude. Trying to date, it is a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a fucking nightmare to date at my age, because typically I would date a woman younger than me. I'm 32. It's not terribly old, but I'm pushing the breach of in the next 4 to 6 to 8 years, kind of a little bit weird, but you can't go younger. You can't go younger. If I go younger than 32, I literally cannot even hold a conversation with these people. They're so out of it, and so in their own world, and so in their fake reality, and so in their egotistical, narcissistic want to uh, satisfy themselves, that I can't, I feel like they're alien. They're just completely alien to me. And I can probably fairly say that people, in their 40s and 50s that look at this generation think that these motherfuckers are alien as shit. They make no fucking sense. I'm with you. I'm right there with you. These fucking younger people that grew up with this shit are fucking so boom. Sometimes you gotta be firm. They're so fucking disconnected. They're so out of it. These are the type of people that when they come to the job interview, they can't look you in the eye. These are the type of people that can come to the job interview that can't shake your hand. When they want to call out of work, they won't call. They'll just text you because they're afraid to talk to you. If they want to go on a date, they won't. They're too afraid to call and ask and talk to you. They won't call you at night just to shoot the shit. They text everything. It's always this instant gratification. This fucking generation that I'm talking about, not mine, but this just generation after me that had all this instant gratification. This is the beginning of the narcissistic generation. I will say that with complete certainty. If you want to argue it, please, intelligent people, argue it with me, because I will fucking I guarantee I'm right. This was the start of the narcissistic generation. This was the start of this plague that we see with narcissistic, selfish, cunt ass motherfuckers and women all the time. This is it. This is it was snowballing before this, but as soon as the internet, as soon as cable TV, and as soon as texting and all that these people, they grew up on it. They didn't have the opportunity to entertain themselves, read a book, learn something, go outside and play. Like, they had none of that. Their entire childhood was sitting in their room or their house or whatever the fuck it was, and on a computer or on the TV or this or that, and everything was instantaneous. Everything fulfilled their needs whenever the fuck they wanted. And now you see this generation that are so upset. They're so pissed off. They're not getting what they want because they never learned that that's not the fucking way the world works. You don't get what you want when you want it in the adult world. You have to make it happen. You have to make this shit happen. And it's just, It's a strange place to be in. As far as dating and stuff like that, it's a strange place. I'll give it that there are a few people that grew up similar to me that are a bit younger than me that we can get along because of that. That is the case. And there are people that are my age that see the same way, but most of them have like just way too much baggage for me to deal with. But at the end of the day, and if I have to look at the future of all this that I'm talking about, my generation, and by my generation, I mean like a fucking 5 to 6, well, I would say 4 to 6 year stint. That's an entire differently generation than any other fucking generation. We grew up with both playing outside and having old school technology and the availability of internet. We have both worlds. You cannot tell me that any other fucking generation has ever had a greater divide, a greater discrepancy in what they grew up in. I was at the spot that had both. Came out with the best of both worlds. Had the knowledge of the new technology and so on and so forth, but I also have the reminiscence and the knowledge of, you know, just simplicity is a nice way to live. I was having this conversation with my buddy tonight, which is why I'm making this video. I firmly believe that my generation, the 4 to 6 year generation, will lead the world. We have the social skills to run businesses. We have the social skills to create new clients. We have the social skills to uphold clients face to face, conversation, shaking hands, actually being in presence. We have the respect to actually call somebody when we need to do something or if there's a problem. We're not fucking texting. We're not expecting instant gratification. We know it's available. We know it's there. The knowledge is there. We have all the knowledge, but we have all the social skills included as well. It's fucking crazy. Tell me what you fucking think. If you disagree, sure, why not? But I really, really, really want somebody to challenge me. Just challenge me intellectually on the fact if you think I'm wrong, that in the fact of 4 to 6 years, there's a generation gap. I'm offended if somebody calls me a millennial. Because a millennial grew up in an entirely different world than I did. I didn't have that world till after I'd already learned everything about the world. So, let me know, and hope you enjoy. Hope it enlightens you. Hope it brings some prospect to you. And fuck all. I'm going to bed.